Hey everyone, as promised, we have the Grand Highlander in person. We're touching it. It was just introduced last week at the Chicago Auto Show, and we told you we're gonna have a look at this, and we have our own Highlander expert to show us around. All right, we have Andrew here, our Grand Highlander expert. Andrew, is this an all-new vehicle?
This is an all-new vehicle for Toyota. So Grand Highlander is making its intro in 2024. It's a new, bigger third row in the midsize SUV segment. We're very happy to have it. So I guess let's take a look around and see what's new around the vehicle. The front end, first of all, unique design for Grand Highlander. So you can see even the grille shape, very different from what you're probably used to seeing on Highlander. Especially in that upper grille design, right? Kind of breaks away from what you've seen before on Highlander. The hood and the angle it makes in between that and the front end, you can see it's very, almost like a 90-degree angle, you could say. So that's
Absolutely.
quite a bit different, more of a traditional kind of box shape you could get from, that traditional SUV look, which a lot of customers actually prefer with this style of SUV. Very cool design, unique exterior color actually for Grand Highlander. While we don't have a marketing name yet, it's kind of more your gray blue color.
What size rims do we have here?
This is actually a 20-inch wheel.
20-inch wheel, and
Yeah.
what trim are we looking at here?
So this is a platinum grade. So this is your full spec, full jam, right? Everything we have to offer, including the powertrain too, which is the all-new Hybrid Max powertrain. So that adds to our powertrain offerings for Grand Highlander. So now you have actually 3 in total for Grand Highlander, which is cool.
And this platform, is it the same as a regular Highlander?
So we're using TNGA-K platform, right? So a similar platform setup, but obviously they're very modular, right? We can adapt them to different body shapes and sizes, but it is completely different in terms of dimensions, right? So you're adding not only overall vehicle length, you're adding height, as well as a wheelbase and also vehicle width too. So it's a little bit wider. And to help out with that actually too, you have now power folding mirrors on Grand Highlander to help out in case you need to park it in a tighter parking space too.
Well, being that you lengthened the wheelbase on this platform, did you have to reinforce it at all, make it any stiffer?
So yeah, obviously the vehicle is a little bit heavier than regular Highlander. So they'd had to make a little bit of reinforcements to be able to accommodate the extra weight, right? But you still have on this platform up to 5,000 pounds of towing, right? On the gas version and on the Hybrid Max version that we have here. Yeah.
All right, so Hybrid Max, do you have any specs on that?
Actually, so you've seen it actually announced and on the very soon to be coming to your showroom Crown as well, 362 horsepower and up to 400 pound-feet of torque from that electric assist motor, which is dubbed the E-axle. So on the rear end, actually you have a very stout, much more powerful rear electric motor versus say on our traditional hybrid all-wheel drive system, which you can still get on this version, on this model, much like on the regular Highlander, but it offers significantly more power, right? So you will have, again, up to 362 horsepower and is actually water cooled. The rear axle is actually water cooled because of that additional power that it makes. And we're using like new battery technology to be able to accommodate that extra power from the electric motors as well.
Now, is it just two-wheel or all-wheel drive?
So unique for Canada is that we will actually only offer all-wheel drive. So no matter what the grade you get, whether it be gas, hybrid, or Hybrid Max, you will have all-wheel drive in Canada. Great for our country, great for our weather. Customers really prefer that.
All right, what do we got in the back?
Okay, so we're just gonna show you kind of what we have going on the rear as far as cargo space, a couple features. Obviously, you have your kick sensor availability now, so you have a hands-free option on certain grades of Grand Highlander. We'll show you the rear cargo room briefly here. So the great thing about Grand Highlander here, even with the third row up, now you have very flexible cargo space. We're touting that you can put up to 7 carry-on standard pieces of luggage in the rear, even with the third row up. You can take a look here. You can fit still a couple golf bags, even if you have like a tour bag. So great flexibility there for road trips, for families.
Yeah, don't mind this, you guys. It's just that we had to plug it in. So
Yeah, we had the battery dying a couple times, but
I
that's
think
okay.
I think you could probably do 3 golf bags in here. I don't know. You should have brought your golf clubs.
I should have, but they were kind of against that at the auto show.
Ooh.
Damage, to other vehicles.
Okay, all right. Okay, so then that's a lot of room, everybody.
Yep. You have also in the rear here, you have a 1500 watt outlet, which will pretty much power anything you want to, say you're camping or tailgating. 1500 watts, like your standard 120 volt outlet.
And that's only on this top trim, though.
I believe that's correct
Okay.
at this point. It actually might be on like a limited, but we haven't actually, I don't think, released all of our exact spec information. We just have kind of preliminary specs at this time.
All right, let's fold these down.
Okay, yeah. Let's take a look here. Whoop. A little stiff. It's a prototype. There. There you go. That wasn't that smooth. There we go.
So we have folding headrests, which is nice.
Yep. Auto folding headrests.
Okay, that's a lot of room.
It is a lot of room. For those who only maybe use the third row occasionally, you're going to have tons of cargo space.
Which is great.
Full-size strollers. I mean, you're going to have a lot of options for different things to do with this vehicle.
And we have lots of drink holders. We have 3 drink holders on this side.
Yep.
We have 2 drink holders on this side. And we also, the third row gets their own USB-Cs.
Yep.
On each side.
Yep. Nice and convenient, right? Don't have to argue anymore about who gets what charging port.
Excellent. Let's check it inside.
Let's check it out.
Okay, Andrew, is this the same interior as our regular Highlander?
Well, those familiar with the regular Highlander, you can see there's quite a big difference. There's nothing really shared here with Highlander, other than obviously the screens and some of the technology here. But we have an all-new kind of, and especially this particular version, a bespoke interior for the Grand Highlander. You'll find here too, we have kind of a mixed media two-tone kind of, not two-tone, but ultra suede and leather seat interior with actually the copper trim that's actually blended into the seat pattern as well. So it blends from the dash and the paneling into the seat pattern, adding a little more kind of luxury feel to the interior, right? So attention to detail is what Toyota's going for there.
This is quite unique. Well, this isn't unique. I had this on our Highlander, which is the shelf. I love that for your sunglasses, your knickknacks. But having a USB-C right in front of the passenger here is that's quite unique and handy.
It's quite unique, yeah. So normally the passengers, because we have the extra shelf as you mentioned there, that shelf becomes very handy exactly for the passenger, and it's carried over obviously from the Highlander in terms of that particular design. But now added the USB-C port, you have 7 in total in the interior. So you have, no matter what row you're in, no matter what seat you're in, you have an option to actually charge your smart device. Standard on the interior though, you'll notice the 12.3-inch display here, Toyota Multimedia. So that's our newest gen Toyota Multimedia system. The 12-inch screen comes standard, right? So no matter what grade you get, you have things like wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. So wireless is standard, right, from XLE and above. So that's our entry point.
Buttons.
Yep. So while the system itself has a lot of functionality in terms of flexibility. So even if you don't have, for example, maps embedded into your vehicle, you can actually purchase a trial too. So you can actually get that cloud mapping system. Say if you travel a lot to the US, you don't have to use phone data. So you have an active map system that updates, and you can search Google points of interest through your head unit, right? So great feature to have, and you can get that on any grade. You have your digital mirror, which is limited to upper grades of Grand Highlander. Toyota Safety Sense comes standard, so you still have your Safety Connect system, which you can see the SOS button there. So that's part of your Safety Connect system. Every Grand Highlander comes with that, right? And that's pretty much standard across the board on all Toyotas. This one actually you have too, obviously the pano roof, right? Giving you a nice open interior cockpit feel. So in the second row gets a nice airy interior. This one has the digital gauge cluster, which actually just shut off. But you can see the digital gauge cluster there. That is unique to this grade too as well.
We get heated and ventilated seats on this, I see.
And even in the second row, we have heated and ventilated seats, which is unique versus Highlander. Because Highlander, you can only get a heated second row, but now you can get actually a ventilated second row as well on Grand Highlander. Console also you'll find is pretty unique to Grand Highlander. So you even see the switchgear somewhat integrated into the upper console area, kind of where the console box is located, so that's kind of unique. The new shifter style, and also blended in is that, that copper trim tone into the shifter, so that's kind of cool, adding a little more attention to detail on the console.
We have your drive modes and a terrain select, I guess, in a way.
Yeah,
similar.
exactly, right. So while you may not be off-roading too much in the Grand Highlander, if you ever got stuck, say on a dirt road, a really muddy area, and you needed that, it has a number of options depending on the type of terrain, even snow, I guess, for Canadians, right? You have these basically traction control systems which can modify the driving dynamics, how it delivers power in order to suit the terrain.
And this is the signature sliding a middle compartment.
Yep, yep.
Lots of room there.
Lots of room. So yeah, it's probably a little bit wider than you're probably used to on the Highlander as well. Very deep, right? So you can fit a lot of items in there.
And accessible pretty well from anyone, since it doesn't open up, like,
exactly.
Tilt up.
Yep. And you have actually a place for even a large size water bottle in this third front cup holder space here in front of the wireless charging pad there.
Okay, now we have captain's seats back here.
Right.
Obviously, when this goes into production, we will have the option of getting a bench.
So you can get a bench seat too, depending on the grade. So you'll probably see that more on the lower grades. But on the upper trim too, we have, yes, captain seats here. So you have the center console with a lot of cool storage options, right? You have even dedicated phone storage slots here.
Does this move at all, or is that fixed?
It does, yeah. There. Okay. I don't know if that did that on purpose or not, but
this is a pre-production. This is a prototype vehicle.
This is a prototype vehicle. So some of the plastics and everything, the trim pieces are not fully baked here.
But in the production version, will that be removable? Do you know that?
I don't actually know that as of yet. But it, let me just see. It does have a handle here, so yes, it does look like it's actually removable. Or what, did it break?
Okay.
No, it's removable, yeah. Okay, good. That's a good thing to check out, yeah.
Okay, oh, there you go. It snapped right in. Okay.
Snaps right in.
That's a handy thing.
Yeah, so
on my older Highlander, I had the tilt down.
Yeah. So if you prefer to have walk-through versus storage, you have that option, which is really nice. You have a 1500 watt outlet here too, okay. Along with your 2 USB-C ports, right? Which, as we're seeing a trend here.
We have is it dual zone climate back here or singles?
We actually, so 4-zone is an option on this one. So we can actually get 2 in the front, 2 in the back too. So we actually have 2-zone back here. And heated and ventilated second row seats. So that's kind of unique to Grand Highlander versus Highlander, where you only had heated second row on Highlander.
Now let's talk about these seats. Same material.
Yeah. So you're seeing a very similar build and seat design as the front seat, which is nice to have, right? So attention to detail even in the rear. Along with even the door panels, you'll find a lot of great storage here too. You can have smaller item storage on the side panel here. As well, you have also your rear sunshade, which Highlander owners will be familiar with. And I believe these are actually, if I'm not mistaken, standard or very close to standard on this particular series. So yeah, great place. The front seat is actually all the way back. So I'm 5'10" and I have plenty of knee room. Like I'm not even sitting, I'm slouching a bit, but there you go. Plenty of foot room, right? I can put my feet all the way under too, nice and comfortably.
Now these seats slide?
They do slide. So they're back all the way. But say for example, if you want to add a little more space to the third row, you can slide it forward. Even I'm okay with that right now, sliding the seat forward a bit. So I can actually move up here and I still have enough knee room. I'm not being pressed against the front seat. So you can see the advantages of this larger Grand Highlander, a lot of flexibility in how you set up the interior, which is really nice to have.
And I was just playing around here. So if we actually if we fold this.
Yeah, it slides forward.
And then, but if that's how to get into the back.
Yeah.
Right. Or if we want to fold this down though, we would, what do? We just hit this.
So I'll put it back up first, yeah, and try folding it down with the other one. I think it's this one closer to this side.
This is 1 and then 2.
Yeah, there you go, there you go. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so there we go. That is.
And it's very flat with the third row folded as well. So if you wanted to load large flat items, you have the flexibility of doing that without having to, worry about obstructing anything here. So this is a very flexible interior.
Yeah, we had a viewer wondering, if you were to camp in here, would you be able to sleep in here? And you know what? You can see it is quite flat. It's just on an incline a little bit, but you put an air mattress there,
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, you could fit something if
Can
you're not too
slide
tall.
this. Look at it. So I could slide that. That would be, so there, you just have to have something here to close that gap.
Yep.
Yeah, an air mattress, no problem. You have lots of length.
Yep.
And you have that 1500 watts for all your electronic goodies.
Yep. So you can keep charged up or powered up during the day, right? So there is that option. Very actually nice place to be back here. Yep. Lots of space.
Okay, I'm in the third row right now. This second row seat can move forward or backward. So I'm going to show you what it's like at the farthest point back. So this is the minimum amount of legroom in the back right here. Have a look. With a normal recline for the second row passenger, I still have room here. My knees are not touching the back. Lots of good room. It's a little bit narrow for my feet, but it's actually high enough. If I want more room, I can go and look how much room that is. That is a ton of room there. And it's a decent amount of room in the second row too. This is completely usable for sure. Well, there's a quick look at the new Grand Highlander. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this big monstrosity 3-row from Toyota? I want to thank Andrew for our nice tour of it. 2 questions. When can we get it and how much is it?
Well, pricing isn't out yet, but you can expect to see them at your dealers in the summer of 2023.
And make sure, like and subscribe and stay tuned when we do our first drive of the new Grand Highlander. See you later.